Hello, friends. I have my Mimi cup. I'm at a stopping place for a little bit this afternoon. So I just had lunch and I have a late appointment tonight. So I thought this would be a good time to come have a little chit chat with my Weight Watchers community over here on YouTube. Since I'm working from home, we don't get to do a car chat. We're just going to have like a little chit chat. So, hey, Angela, there's been some discussion all around the place, over on Instagram and Facebook about sort of the news. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Nana. Hi, Tanya and Tracy. The Weight Watchers news that came out over, I guess, last week or over the weekend about corporate Weight Watchers firing 4,000 of its employees via Noom, doing it over Noom, not Noom, Zoom, over Noom. That was some sort of Freudian slip right there. You guys knew what I meant. It's funny because you have Noom, you have Zoom, and now on Facebook you have Room, where you can like set up a room. I can't keep up with all these technological terms. But anyway, you guys may have heard that news story. It's all over the news about Tupperware, not Tupperware. See, that's the other problem. Weight Watchers and how they chose to do that. Firing, which I have some emotions about. I'm trying to be objective, but of course I have a very subjective opinion, which is as a world and as a country, we are going through something extremely difficult. And to me, I understand that you can't you can't sit in a room with everyone individually to fire them. Okay, I understand the logistics of that. But the way that it was handled, the impersonality or the impersonal way that it was handled just seems really callous and upsetting. And I think a lot of this comes down to, Weight Watchers is a business, and we've talked about this before, I think on my channel, that they are in the diet industry, which is a huge business. And I think something about going to meetings for me helps me to not think about it as a business, but I think about this little tiny community. And then I think about you guys out there that are part of a broader Weight Watchers community. And that feels more like a community. And then I pay to utilize the app or something. I don't know. I guess I just have been able to rationalize the way they've done things for a while. And it's been upsetting. They've done some things over the last few years that are upsetting. I didn't agree with the children's program that they put out, and that has sort of gone away. I don't know if you guys have noticed. We haven't heard much about that. I don't know if it still exists or not. But that was upsetting to me. And then there's a lot of chatter, which has been going on prior to quarantine, about Weight Watchers going to online or app only, and phasing out the in-person meetings, which is how Weight Watchers started. If we want to just dial things back a little bit, Weight Watchers started as a support group, a place for us to come and find community, find accountability, work a healthy lifestyle, basically, and get tips and tricks and recipes and ideas along the way. That was the original intent. And I feel like we've moved. I think there's just so much competition between all these different, huge cogs in the diet industry system. So, what do you do about that? Do you continue to pay for that? There's a little bit of a question there between what the franchises are doing and what the corporation is doing, because as you know, or maybe you don't know, Weight Watchers franchises out their business, and so you could be going to a corporate entity or you could be going to a franchise, and they can do different things. That's what happened when they changed the program, and a lot of you guys wanted to go get the printed materials, and corporate was giving them out. And then some of the franchises were like, no, we're not giving them out for free or whatever, back when we went to green and blue and purple. So we're in that same situation now where the franchises can continue on with the in-person meetings. And I think they decided who they wanted to keep and let go as well. And then corporate Weight Watchers has now fired all of these people. And I feel like the push for them is to get away from the physical, in-person meeting. Which to me, I don't want to live my life, behind a screen. I don't mind doing YouTube videos and having this platform and blah, blah, blah. But in real life, IRL, I want to be around people. Okay. And it helps me to go and physically stand on a scale. For whatever reason, that helps me. And I think it's helped a lot of other people out there. And then being around people, we are built as human beings to want community, to find community. Heck, even introverts have their introverted community. They like to post memes about how great it is to be an introvert. They have their own community. They're just a quieter community, but they still have their people, their in-person peoples. They have their cats or whatever. I live in a house of introverts, so for me personally, I want the option. And I know that online meetings and the app serve a lot of people that can't get to online meetings or don't want to go to an online meeting and don't want to stand on a scale. And that's cool. But for me, that's what I like about Weight Watchers. That's why I'm not doing iTrack Bites or some other app or some other online program. I like the meetings. I like the stickers. I like the bookmarks. I like the weeklies. I even like those stupid recipes that none of us make. I like all of that. I like the charms. That's what I like and what I want to pay for. Sorry, I'm yelling. But, I think them talking about phasing out, and we are corporate over here where I go to my center and it's a corporate entity. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. We've heard nothing. I guess it's just, what do you do? Because here's the other issue, which is I like the Weight Watchers program. I like the healthy lifestyle it promotes. I think it's a fun way to watch your intake and watch your sleep now and your water now and your exercise. I like all that. I don't use Connect a lot, but I think that that's a cool feature to be able to connect with the community as well. So I know a lot of you guys have reached out to me over on Facebook and you're leaving WW Weight Watchers. And I totally understand. And I just want you all to know, I get it, whatever you need to do. But remember, we're still a community of people that are trying to get healthier, however we decide to do that. And it's a highly personalized decision. It is a emotional decision, a physical decision, a financial decision. You talk about the finances and the cost of Weight Watchers, which has, increased. I had just purchased a buy 3 months, get 9 months free. I'm locked into a contract, that has a fee for early dismissal, whatever you want to call it. So I feel very locked into something now that I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I was going to go back to meeting or go do something. I don't care if I have to wear a mask and sit 10 feet apart and whatever. I just really want to go be around other people, especially now at this point in our lives. Like I just miss that. So I'm bummed. I understand people leaving. What I'm trying to say is I'm not leaving because I just paid out the armhole. What's an armhole? I don't know. I just paid a lot of money. And I'm a little ticked. I'm a little redheaded ticked about the whole thing. And I don't know if you guys feel this way. I haven't even looked at the comments because God only knows if you guys are yelling at me over in the comments. But I'm irritated about the whole thing. And I think I'm probably just irritated in general because the last few months of life has been, it's changed a lot of what we do. And the fact that I feel like this is going to possibly be taken away from me really upsets me. And then the fact that they did this to employees and the way they did it really stinks. So Oprah, if you're watching, no bueno. Not to mention the fact that this is yet another group of people, working class people, that are suffering, and a huge corporation that makes billions, worth billions or whatever. I don't know how much they're worth, but probably as much as Oprah. And the way that they did this is really craptastic, in my opinion. So I haven't read any other news on it. I don't know if anything's happened since that happened. I know that there was a huge outcry and the way that it happened, and it's pretty appalling. I think right now for businesses that do have money, finding any way that they can to hold on to their employees and take care of them when we're going through something so financially devastating for a lot of people, that to me is ethical and shows that they care about people. What really bothers me is that this is symptomatic of perhaps us diagnosing Weight Watchers with a true careless concern for people. They don't care. That's what it feels like to me. Like, this is symptomatic. This shows me you don't actually care about people. And all this WW wellness works, getting well, taking care of yourself, self-care, being kind to others, blah, blah, blah. Well, the proof is in the pudding and the proof is in your actions. So I'm not impressed. So there. Okay. Thank you for listening to that rant. Am I sticking with Weight Watchers? Well, I'm tied in. So there's that. And I would love to hear from you guys. Debbie is saying that she's guessing most meetings will go back to the way they were. And I think virtual meetings will become an option. That's something that we talked about before all of this happened. I had talked about there were rumblings in the WW community that they were going to give us the option of virtual, but I can't even talk. Give us the option of virtual meetings, which I think is amazing because there are a lot of people that can't get to meetings for whatever reason. I mean, the list is a mile long and they can't get there. And how cool. And I know a lot of you guys really like Zoom meetings. I personally do not, but I know a lot of you guys find that it has served you very well. And it's such a great idea. That being said, why phase out the rest of us? I know maybe in terms of business, it's not going to make you as much money, but we are customers, and whatever happened to, hey, your customers really want this and have been doing this for a long time. Like, I guess I don't get it. So Christy Cox says 2 of my receptionists were fired. The email from Mindy Grossman, CEO, did say that they will be reopening select locations in a phased rollout. Christy Cox says, my coach thinks that the corporate studio will stay open. So interesting. Well, thank you for that information, Christy. Robin E says, WW probably has a ton of money like other businesses. They had to let people go. I can't fault them for that. What's a good way to fire people during a pandemic? This isn't a good way. Right. Did they have to let people go, Robin? I think that's my question. And, all I know is that a lot of businesses have really been booming online because of the situation happening in our country and have made a lot of money from online sales. So what do their profits look like over the last 3 months? Did they have to fire 4,000 people? 4,000 people. Okay, if you look at how many people are in our country, that's not a lot of people, right? Did they have to fire 4,000 people? That's the question. And did they have to do it the way that they did it? Who knows? I don't know. Wendy says, most were part-time without benefits. So why do this now? Right. And I don't have any data on that, so I don't know. I just don't know. It did make the major news, though, major headlines. So just a thought on that. I'd like to know if you guys are sticking around with WW, if you're leaving. It's been interesting because over on Facebook, I know a lot of you guys are leaving and doing other things. I did want to address the fact that I have done tops in the past and really enjoyed that. I think that's an option for meetings, in-person meetings. As far as I know, right now they're not meeting, obviously, but they will continue with support meetings. And there are options for you to open, your own tops in your own area. So if you have some WW friends at tops, you can do any program that you want as long as it's a healthy one and your doctor's cool with it and all of that. So I used to do Weight Watchers at tops and found a lot of success. And then iTrack Bites. I love iTrack Bites, the app. The people at iTrack Bites are great people. I know several of the coaches that are around here on Instagram and over here on YouTube, and they just have a wonderfully supportive environment and really feel like a community to me. And the only reason I didn't do iTrack Bites is because I wanted meetings, in-person meetings. So there's a couple options for you guys. I know that Tops is $32 for the year. iTrack Bites has a free section of the app, and then I believe it's very cost effective to do their monthly plans. And they do have all of the WW plans, as well as calorie counting and other ways of, doing this in a healthy way. So I will see you guys later. Foodie Mother Runner. Okay, that sounds good. Robin says that WW got me to goal and I'll never leave. Yeah, a lot of people, listen, I love Weight Watchers and I love what Weight Watchers was. So I don't know what this new incarnation looks like. Again, more change, and I'm not hugely interested in continuing with online meetings. So we'll just see what happens. But I thought I would come on here and say hello. Things have been really busy. I have been doing, of course, I have my full-time job. I've been doing Tupperware, and then I also have the wedding coming up. So I haven't been around that much to talk to you guys, but things are doing well. I lost another 1.5 pounds last week. And now I'm just kind of, trying to work the plan. I did blue for a couple weeks and really liked it. And that's what I lost 1.5 pounds on. And then I'm trying to do green again this week. So I really like green. I'm more comfortable with green, but it was fun to switch up and do blue for a little bit and see. But sometimes I get a little out of control with my 0 point foods on blue. And I notice as soon as I start doing that, it's time to go back to counting every little thing. I could just eat eggs and chicken breasts as snacks all day long. I don't know what my problem is. But so we're back to my usual green and loving that. And I will check in with you guys again. But yeah, the wedding's coming up June 20th. So hopefully I'll have some fun video footage of that. And then I'd like to get back to doing a little bit more vlogging this fall. We'll see. But I'd love to hear more about you guys and what you're thinking and how you're doing on plan. I love hearing from all of you. Sharon says she's staying. I love it. I'm staying, Sharon. I paid for it. I'm staying. So Tina says I'm staying. WW has always been my program of choice. First week of June will mark my second year. You've lost 105 pounds. Tina, that's fabulous. That's wonderful. Amazing 77 says I am staying as long as I can, but I'm online only. There's no way I'd pay full price for meetings right now until they open them back up. Exactly. I think that's That's a good point. GB Folt says 4,000 people. Wow, I had no idea that they fired that many. I started back to low carb, not keto, a few weeks ago. I know there's a lot of you guys. There's a big faction of people doing low carb in WW right now. Somebody's ringing my doorbell, so I probably should go. Anyway, take care, guys. I will talk to you all soon. Stay in orbit, okay? And let me know what you're doing. All right, bye.